Yo, what it is, y'all? It's your boy Susu Sulan back with another video. Today I'm gonna be talking about why you gotta make it to the other side of the board, y'all. Alright, so for those of y'all that aren't familiar with the game chess, this is kind of related to chess. So before I start talking about how this works and what I'm trying to say using chess, I'm gonna tell y'all what chess is. Y'all, as y'all know, chess is this board game. You got knights, kings, bishops, queens, pawns. Okay, and for the pawns are expendable. You get like 8 pawns, you get like 2 of every other piece, and you get 1 king, 1 queen. Why are the pawns expendable? Because they can't do much. They move one space at a time, one space at a time. And it's very easy to kill them. It's very easy. It's not easy for them to kill anyone else. But if you get a pawn from your side of the board to the other end of the board, you can change it into whatever you want. You can change it into a king, into a queen, into a knight, into a bishop, into a rook, and then the world opens up for the pawn. Now it is no longer a pawn. It has new powers. It is able to move through the board as it pleases. So where do we come in? Well, the way I like to see life, man, or girl, we are all pawns. Like, literally. As of right now, you are probably a pawn. You are probably a slave to the system, to the matrix, yo. You gotta think, if you in school, if you got a job, you are a pawn. If you are working for someone else and making them richer while they do less work than you, and you just get them richer. You get, your bi-weekly installments of payments that you can then use to do as you please and move one step forward, just like the pawn. Meanwhile, they're probably in a king or a queen position, and they're always getting all the money. They're able to maneuver as they want. They can dip in and out of the business, create new businesses, invest wherever they want because they have all this capital, all this money to spend. So where does being the pawn, where does the light at the end of the tunnel? The light at the end of the tunnel is that you got to get to the other side of the board. You got to play the game of life smart, because at the end of the day, this life is a game, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, this life is a game. So, you may start as a pawn, but based on what you do, based on the actions you take, the things you do daily, things you do weekly, monthly, it will all compound, and eventually you can make your way to the other side of the board. And then you'll have all the money, all the power, all the respect. Just like my boy Scarface said, Tony Montana. First you get the money, then you get the power. Wait, no, maybe Nipsey Hussle said that. But you get you get the money, you get the power, you get the fame, whatever. Then the money and the girls come next. Last time that I checked. No, so that is Nipsey Hussle. But yo, really though, you gotta play the game of life smart, You can't spend all your time going out on the weekends, getting drunk all the time. That's cool every now and then. Don't get me wrong. You gotta have balance. You gotta live. You don't want to put yourself in a shell, because you will become a weirdo that way. I'm gonna make a video on why solitude isn't always the best, to a certain point. But yeah, you gotta be smart. You can't be out here spending all your money on designer and going broke for it and not even getting paid. If you're not even like using that to model or something, you a trick. But like I was saying, you gotta be smart. You can't be spending all your time chasing females. You can't be spending all your time, paying for dates and all this. You gotta be smart. You gotta use the time and money that you get and invest it into yourself, because as life goes forward, you'll be presented with opportunities. And the thing about opportunities, though, as life goes on, they become more fleeting. That's why you got to be in positions to take advantage of these opportunities. For example, right now, crypto is really down. It's down low. And if you were smart, you would buy it up. You would buy up all the stocks, all the crypto right now, because we're in a recession. And as everybody should know, millionaires are made in recessions. When people are scared, that's the best time to buy, because you buy it low, boom, 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 it'll eventually go up, because life goes in cycles, so does the stock market and all that. But let's say instead you're spending your money on designer, you're spending your money on drip, you're spending your money on drinks, you're spending your money on dates. You're not going to have that money to invest. You're going to miss out on the opportunities. And that's just a little opportunity too. It can be like, maybe your friend is creating a business that's going to boom, that's going to be a multi-million-dollar business. He's asking for an investment from you of like $5,000. You ain't even got that, because you've been spending that on tricking, man. Do better. So there you go. You got to be smart, because even though we are pawns, even though we are all a bit of slaves in our own right, unfortunately, we still have a chance to be free and a chance to escape if you play the game the right way, if you're smart with the moves you make. Because even though as a pawn you can only move one space at a time, you can still make moves. A pawn can take down a queen. A pawn can take down a king, put him in checkmate in chess. Same with life. If you smart with what you're doing, you can put yourself in positions of power where people need you. You can use your leverage to then move your way up in, for instance, a job, or just showing the value you have and working your way up and maybe building your own company too or something. But it's all based on the moves you take. If you're making stupid moves, you can get taken out by any other players or pieces in the game. You can get taken out by a bishop, a rook, a knight, a queen. It don't matter. So that's why you got to be smart. You got to maneuver your way out of trouble and just make sure that you're always moving forward, always making sure you get into the end goal. Because once you get to the other side of the board, once you've achieved your goals, once you're put in a position where you can do all that you please, the world opens up to you. Now you're a queen. Now you can go from one corner of the board to the other corner of the board, one side to the other side, east to west, north to east. Wait, east to west, north to south. East to west, north to south. You know what I'm saying? So just be smart. You may be a pawn, you may be a slave right now, but that is right now. The future's untold. You got to write that out. So for me personally, right now, I see myself as like, I'm definitely like a pawn. I'm a pawn right now, but I got a plan to make it out of my pawnship. You know, I got a plan to make it to the other side of the board and make sure that I set myself up for life and set my family up for life. So we're working towards that right now. So yeah, just make sure that you got a plan. Realize that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, y'all. We can all be kings and queens in our own right. Just make sure you play the game smart, make sure you play the game wise, and make sure that when opportunity presents itself, you take advantage of it, y'all. Seize the day. Anyway, y'all, that's all for the video. It's your boy Susu Sule. I'm out.